to behave. That's when we totally overwrite the phobia. We get rid of the emotion around it and we install a new way. Now, sometimes you may not be consciously aware of the original cause. In fact, in a lot of cases, you're not consciously aware of what caused it because that was such a scary thing. Your unconscious mind hides it away what that original event was. However, the important thing is your unconscious will always know what that event was. Your unconscious will always be aware of it, which means your unconscious can always go back to that event. And all change actually occurs at the unconscious level anyway. If you could make change occur at the conscious level, you just have to think about changing and bam, you'd have changed it. All change actually occurs at the unconscious level. So the tools that we use in Freedom from Phobia work with your unconscious. So even though you may not consciously be aware of what that event was, your unconscious is aware of it, and your unconscious can go back to that event, work through it. Using the processes that I have within Freedom from Phobia, we eliminate all the emotion around there. So the event itself, instead of being something really scary, is something that has no real emotion around it. And then we change your strategy around how you do the phobia so that instead of seeing the wibble and becoming scared and developing a panic attack, you just see it as something trivial, maybe something amusing, and you have a different way of dealing with it. That's the fourth step. We bring all of that together and install deep at the unconscious level using NLP, hypnosis, freedom technology tools. Use those to reprogram the mind, and it's done in a single session. Now, the important thing is to remember this isn't something I do to people. It's something which you do under my guidance. You must want to conquer the phobia. You must be serious about wanting the results, and you must participate fully. Think of it this way. Think of it as like a sat-nav. Suppose you pop in your destination into your sat-nav, and you start driving along, and your sat-nav dutifully provides you with all the directions you need. You still have to follow the directions. If it says turn left, you have to turn left. If it says turn left and you say, screw you, I'm going to turn right. Well done. You've shown that you could ignore the directions. And hey, look, you don't arrive at your destination. Go you. If you want to arrive at your destination, you follow the sat-nav. Same with when we work together in a single session for Freedom from Phobia. Remember, the fastest I've done this so far is 10 minutes. I'm hoping to get that even quicker one day. It's usually half an hour to an hour. But you follow the directions and bam, that phobia is gone completely. You eliminate all the emotion around it, install a new way of behaving, and best of all, you don't have to interact with the thing at all during any of this, and it's a single session. It really is that quick. Really is that quick. Now, the question I sometimes get is, once you've got rid of the phobia, can you bring it back? Well, the simplest answer is, do you want to bring that old phobia back? Because if you want to bring it back, then you'll bring it back. If you don't want to bring it back, you won't bring it back. Once it's gone for good, unless you then decide to learn how to do it all over again. It's that simple, basically. Yes, you could bring it back, but why would you want to? If you want it to be gone, it is gone. It's gone. Now, sometimes when you've got rid of the phobia, the rest of your mind takes a little bit of time to catch up on it because it is so used to you having that phobia. It's like, those memory foam mattresses. You push on it, take your hand away. That indentation stays there for a little while, but it will gradually disappear. And it's the same when you have a phobia. The rest of your mind has kind of been used to you having a phobia, but the phobia's gone. It'll just take the rest of you a little time to catch up with the fact that, actually, we're not scared of those things after all. Okay. No, that's cool. We'll look at a lady who really exemplifies that in just a moment. But one other common question I get is, are there some people whose phobias cannot be cured? And the answer is yes, and they're the ones who want to hold on to their phobia for whatever reason. And the way that they hold on to it is they look for evidence that they haven't conquered the phobia. And now, when you look for evidence for anything, you will find it. But they focus on, hey, I can still make myself feel scared, therefore I still have the phobia. Well, of course, you can always make yourself feel scared about anything. They do that because they want to hold on to the phobia. They kind of want to hold it because sometimes having a phobia gets you out of doing stuff you don't want to do. So getting rid of that phobia could open you up to doing things you don't want to do. So it's very very helpful to hold on to the phobia. Other times, it just takes your mind a little bit of time to get used to it. There was a lady I mentioned earlier. She was terrified of spiders to the extent that she couldn't go to the bathroom in her own house if there was no one else in the house in case there was a spider there. So we did our session, and she said, well, I'd need to face a spider to see if I'm free from the phobia. So, oh, okay, go on, off you go. She went home, spoke with her the next day, asked her how she got on, and she said in a very disappointed tone of voice, well, I went looking for a spider, but I couldn't find any, so I don't know if I'm cured yet. What? As I pointed out to her, previously, just the thought of a spider was enough to send her into panic, and she couldn't even go to the bathroom on her own in case there was a spider there. And here she was, actively looking out for a spider, disappointed she couldn't find one, and she wasn't sure if she was scared of them anymore. Oh, yeah, she kind of realised, yeah, hasn't got the phobia anymore. It just took the rest of her mind a little while to catch up with the fact that, oh, wait a minute, we're not scared of spiders. Does this stuff actually work? Oh, you bet it works. I'll give you a couple of examples in a moment. But hey, you know what? Let's have a little bit of music, and we're going to mix it up a little bit. Don't fear the Reaper, but it's a slightly different arrangement from Apollo 440. 440 there with their version of Don't Fear the Reaper. So, I said we'd take a look at some people who have conquered their phobias with Freedom from Phobia. Just give you a quick couple of examples. First was the very, very first client I ever had. A gentleman by the name of David, lived in London. And he said that if he saw a spider, he would freeze and he'd have to ask his partner to actually get rid of the spider. Now, David's a big chap, over 6 foot tall, large chap, and he would freeze at the sight of spiders. We worked together, took less than an hour, and as he says, in his words, he says the process was simple, relaxing environment. We sat and talked, completely painless process, relaxed and open, and now I feel total apathy towards spiders. In fact, a few weeks later, I got a message from him where he said that he encountered a spider, and what did he do? Calmly got a bit of bathroom tissue, picked up the spider, and disposed of it. 3 weeks earlier, he would have been a quivering wreck, screaming at his partner to get rid of it, and now he's able to deal with it, no problem. Loads of other examples. One very other quick one, a gentleman by the name of Martin, who lives in Switzerland, and that was a bit of a problem for him. He lived in the Alps, but he was terrified of heights, which meant when his friends came over to go skiing, he had to kind of stay at home the whole time. So again, we worked together, single session, and he totally got through that fear. He is, as he says himself, he can now be found hanging out in the cable cars all over the Alps. He absolutely loves skiing and the heights. See, phobias can absolutely be conquered without having to face the thing that causes you the fear. That's it for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed our look at phobias. Let me know what you think. And if you want to find out a bit more, visit freedomfromphobia.com, where you'll find out a whole lot more about phobias, about the Freedom from Phobia process. Or go to freedomfromphobia.com/gift, where you can get a 24 page, I think it is, ebook that I've got, which goes into a lot of detail about phobias, covers a lot of the stuff that we've covered, goes into a bit more detail as well. Anyway, that's it for this week. I'm so glad that you were with me. I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to catching you in the very next episode. Until then, take care, look after yourself, and remember, change is always possible. And when you change your mind, you change your life.
To find out more, visit theconfidencealchemist.com.
I can do anything. I can reach any goal today. I can do what I want. I can be what I want to be.